It's the end of the financial year here in Australia, which means I've had some really great conversations with clinicians about money. And one of the things I got to celebrate with somebody in this last week was how little they needed to write off in unpaid client fees. It was very exciting. It was less than $200 and we were both like, yay! You're like, what is this about, Joe? Why are you talking about this? Because as you grow our business, as you start working with clients and taking responsibility for your own money stuff in your business, you are going to notice a range of money things that are coming up, and they're not always the things that you think they are. See, I had to learn throughout my career of being in private practice that money is a mirror. Money is not just the exchange of my knowledge and services. You don't just give me money for my knowledge and services. It is actually a mirror of me, and it's actually a mirror for you. And it's a mirror of self-worth and self-respect. So it's starting to make a little bit more sense now as to why money conversations for health professionals are so uncomfortable. Now, I know that many clinicians don't like talking to their clients about money at all. They perceive it to have the opportunity to rupture the therapeutic relationship, regardless of whether you're a mental health professional or a physical health professional or somewhere in between. There's just this perception that if I talk about money, I'm going to hurt my client. Well, I want to flip that conversation on its head today and help you understand how not talking about money with your clients is actually hurting them. I had to learn this the hard way, as I said a little bit earlier. So in the beginning, I didn't have great debt recovery methods. I just thought people would one day wake up and pay. That I didn't have to do anything about that they would just realize that, oh, there's an invoice over there that Joe has sent, and that they would pay it. So I didn't have to do anything about it. Hands up if you know that's wrong. That didn't happen. And then it became very uncomfortable being able to ring people up or email them or some other way of connecting with people. Say, hey, where's the invoice? Can you pay it, please? So there was all this apologetics that went on with it as well, which was diminishing. And again, mirror saying, I'm not confident in my knowledge and skills to have a robust conversation with you about the fact that you've committed to paying an amount of money for my knowledge and skills and you're not honoring that commitment. There we go. That's a little bit confronting, isn't it? I've also had a couple of coaching clients in my time where I chose to continue to provide services to them while they worked out how they were going to pay. Now, I guess that is a huge mirror for me, because the way I was manipulated into that early on in the day was, well, Joe, if you really knew your stuff and if you really could guarantee that your stuff works, then I'm going to make money, right? Therefore, I will pay you when the money comes in. No. That's not how this is going to work anymore. But I did it a couple of times and I ended up writing off tens of thousands of dollars in debt because I did it more than once, because, apparently I am a repetition type of learner. There we go. I don't do that anymore. Don't come at me asking for that. That won't be happening, because money is a mirror. And I have done the work I've needed to do to help me stand tall and stand firm and be able to have these conversations and say, what's really going on here? You've committed to this engagement, to this course of treatment. What is happening that is making that so difficult now? Please hear me here. I do expect that some people will have changed circumstances and they may not have the capacity to pay. I get that and I understand that, and I'm going to talk about that in a future video on how we can navigate that. But right now, there's enough of us as health professionals who are going, I have all of this outstanding debt. I don't know how to have these conversations. I'm scared I'm going to break my clients, but I can't put food on my table. And that's not okay. That's really not okay for us, especially when we are rationalizing it as health professionals, saying, I don't want to break the therapeutic relationship with my client if I start talking about money. I've got some notes. I like to come prepared when I do these things. So, as I've said, money is a mirror. It actually reflects back to us our self-worth, our agency, and our internalized beliefs. So all of those things come up in any type of healthcare profession, whatever it is you're doing. Internalized beliefs, they around injury, disability, recovery, that turns up all the time. So money is just another one of those tools that we get to use to help our clients recover. The discussion about money is one of those tools. Avoiding financial conversations will actually lead to further disempowerment of your client. And that was so hard for me to recognize, particularly with those coaching clients, that I was actually setting them up for a pattern of behavior that was not going to serve them into their future. It was not going to help them be a really solid business owner, and it was not going to allow them to deal with these money issues. I was actually in disservice to those clients. And we thought it was about money. And I have now got this growing belief that financial commitment is often a form of therapeutic engagement. Like, what is a better way of saying I'm committed to this than putting your time, your effort, and your money into something? It often means putting money into therapy or into a therapeutic engagement usually comes at the cost of something else. It's a sacrifice. We are saying, this is important to me. I want to get the most out of this. This is important to who I am becoming. So this is how money conversations are so vital and so necessary for health professionals. And I get it. I get that we don't like talking about it because most of us as clinicians haven't done the work on our own attitudes and beliefs around money. Most of us have ingrained objections to working with ourselves, which are the mirror that money is holding up in front of us. And we're not working on it. And people are not getting the services, and your clients are going elsewhere to get the type of therapeutic intervention that they need and that they're desiring that you're not leading them to. Yeah, fairly confronting. Notebook coming back out again. So when we allow people to not pay or accrue debt, and you start getting worried about the fact that this person's got debt and you know that they've got that their capacity to pay is questionable, we are giving them some messages. Even though we're probably not even thinking about these messages, we are giving them messages. The first message we're giving them is, your needs matter more than responsibility. Your needs matter more than your responsibilities. Is that the message we want to give clients? Is that an appropriate therapeutic message? I'm not telling you what is or isn't. I just want to give you the opportunity to think about this today. The second message we're giving them is, I don't expect you to honor your commitments. That is a message we're giving when we're not asking people to pay and we're not talking to them about the fact that they haven't paid, or they may have had 4 or 5 sessions accruing under, that line item in their EHR. And the third thing is, as the clinician, I'm going to carry this discomfort for you so you don't have to. Now, I am going to admit right now that was me, that I thought it was my job to carry everybody else's discomfort. What a great way for me to add to my existing burden of burnout. I didn't mean to do this in a way that made me look egotistical or saying that I'm better than anyone else, but a lot of us martyr ourselves in this work. And this is one of the ways that martyrdom turned up for me. It was by saying, I don't want you to have to deal with any more discomfort, so I'm just going to carry this discomfort, even if it means I can't pay my insurance premiums this month. I'll deal with that somehow. That's not a shared responsibility. That is not therapeutic engagement. That is martyrdom, and that's not okay. And we need to stop that if we are going to be effective clinicians in private practice. Yeah? So I'm going to come and do another couple of videos around how to start building out really effective debt recovery conversations throughout your client journey. And I also want to give us some more insights into some of the things that are going on for clients when they start saying they can't pay, just to make sure that we've got enough knowledge and expertise to not just take that at face value 100% of the time. Sometimes those conversations need more curious questioning. So my suggestion to you is hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when the next one of these videos is coming out, because goodness only knows when I'm going to be able to do it. So go forth, think about money as a mirror, and if you've got any comments, any questions, anything you'd like me to be talking about, put it in the comments below. Go forth, be awesome. I'll talk again with you very soon.